Good morning, on a very moist morning. It's Tuesday the 28th of May 2024 and I'm walking beside the River Severn at Minsterworth, just a few miles downstream from Gloucester, but I don't think I'm going to be doing much filming today. The rain, as you see it now, is forecast for all day, so I've had to change my plans. I'm not doing the walk that I'd hoped to do today. But I'll do what I can anyway, but as I say, I don't think I'll be doing too much filming today. Anyway, Minsterworth is one of the best places to see the Severn boar. Now, I'll explain about the Severn boar in a minute. Minsterworth lies on the western side of the River Severn, along the A48 between Gloucester and Chepstow, in the Forest of Dean district of Gloucestershire. The village has a long history, at one stage being owned by the rebellious Baron Simon de Montfort. Minsterworth's economy used to be heavily involved with salmon fishing in the Severn. Fishing for elvers remains an important activity. St Peter's Church was founded before 1261. It is a Grade II listed building, standing just yards from the banks of the Severn, and was designed by the well-known church architect Henry Woodyer. Oh well, at least I've managed to get inside the church, so that's good. It would have been disappointing if I'd not been able to do that. I think today I should be filming more indoors when I can, because it's horrible outside. And typically, I was just about to take another shot on a certain part of the bank of the River Severn, and then two guys from the Environment Agency turn up with strimmers, and they're strimming outside now, right at the same time that I wanted to film, so typical. Oh well, I thought, well, if I come inside the church first, maybe by the time I finished in here, they'll have gone, so it's going to be one of those days today, you can see it. Anyway, it is lovely to be inside this church at Minsterworth. As I've always said, I just love churches. Little of the old Minsterworth church is now in evidence, but the new church retains features from its predecessor, such as a mid-19th century copy of the 15th century Tudor stone font, a finely carved Jacobean pulpit, and an ancient panel of embroidery made up from pieces of a pre-Reformation priest's chasuble garment and other materials dating from the 16th and 17th centuries. Also preserved in the church are a number of memorials to leading Minsterworth families of the 18th and 19th centuries, and the churchyard has old gravestones and several fine table-topped tombs also from those times. Well, that was lovely. Really nice to get inside this church at Minsterworth. Okay, I'm going to walk back down to the riverside and see if those men with the strimmers have gone. I timed that well. The men from the Environment Agency have just finished doing their strimming. Fantastic. All freshly cut grass here now. And better still, or at least for the time being, the sun is out, so... Anyway, I mentioned the Severn Bore earlier. Just go and have a look. The Severn Bore. Well, I won't read all of this, but I'll read some of it. Tide waves, bores, naturally appear in rivers with large tidal ranges. This natural phenomenon happens in the lower reaches of a few rivers throughout the world during high tides. The name bore, used to describe the tidal phenomenon, comes from the Scandinavian or Icelandic bara, meaning a wave, swell or billow. The Severn estuary has the second highest tidal range in the world and is the location of the Severn Bore. The difference between the highest and lowest tide in any one day can be more than 14.5 metres. A bore is formed when the tide rises in a narrowing channel with a rising riverbed forming in a funnel shape. Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen the Severn Bore myself. I've seen it on films on YouTube, I've seen it on programmes on the telly, but I don't think I've ever actually seen the Severn Bore myself. One day, hopefully. Oh well, let's hope this sun stays out a bit more, but I think I'll be very lucky today because, as I say, the forecast is rain all day. Anyway, as I said earlier, I was planning to do a walk, and I was going to do a walk that was going to start here in Minsterworth and follow the River Severn downstream for a few miles, but I've had to change my plans, so I'm going to move on to the next location now. So right beside the A48 is the Severn Bore Inn. I've never been inside, just passed it lots of times, but I can't go in now. It's not even 11:30, so it probably won't be open. A bit early for a drink, and I'm driving, but hey, the idea was right. From Minsterworth, I got in my car to drive 3 miles to my next location, where I walked along the top of Garden Cliff. Well, I've only travelled a few miles downstream from Minsterworth, and look how much wider the River Severn has already become. Amazing. Yeah, at this point, the River Severn goes in a complete loop. So, just sort of over there, it starts to bend that way, and then it bends right round the other side. On that side is a peninsula. It's the Arlingham Peninsula. I'm not sure if I've ever actually been to Arlingham. There is a village of the same name, but I'm not so familiar with that side of the Severn. I just love the way the River Severn just suddenly opens out in places. Amazing. Making the most of the sunshine too. It's not too bad at the moment. I dropped down from the cliff to head for my car, which I had parked in the tiny settlement of Strand. This is Strand. Lovely little spot. There's a few houses over there which have got views over the Severn. Not bad at all. So, let's looking a bit cloudy again, but I finished looking around here, I think. But what a lovely spot. Really nice spot beside the Severn. Okay, I'm just going to move that way and make my way into the nearby village of Westbury-on-Severn. Well, the rain's starting to come down again now, but I think I'm going to make this my last stop for today. This is Westbury-on-Severn. Look at these multi-coloured houses. Really nice. Another telephone box that's used as a library or book swap. And the local pub, the Lion Inn. I don't think it's open. Oh well, that means I won't be going in today then. Never mind, let's go and have a look at the church. Hopefully this one's open too. Westbury-on-Severn is just over a mile long and has only one housing estate to the south of the main A48, which was constructed in the 1980s. The village also has a primary school, post office cum village store, dentist surgery and the Lion Inn. Jeff Sterry, a coal and solid fuel merchant, is also based in the village. I walked through the churchyard, hoping that the church itself would be open. Unfortunately, I was out of luck. The church is distinctive, as the steeple is not attached to the main building because of a fire which burned down the old wooden building soon after the new steeple was completed. Can't get in, sadly. That's a shame. It would have been nice to have got inside this one. Anyway, something I didn't know was the actual tower with the spire on is separate from the main church building. That is really interesting. So yeah, so you've got the spire there, and this is the main church building here. Oh, wow! I don't think I've ever seen a church like that before. And Westbury Court Gardens closed too. That's a shame. I'm a National Trust member, so I could have used my National Trust membership, but it's not open on Tuesdays. Oh, typical. Oh well, at least I can get a glimpse of it from here. Well, the rain is still coming and going, but I think I will call it a day now. When I looked out of the window this morning and saw the rain coming down, I thought, oh, flipping heck. So I checked the weather forecast again, and it did say that it was going to be raining all day, and I thought, oh. So I had planned to do an 8-mile walk today, and that was going to be a walk that was going to start in Minsterworth, follow a lot of the River Severn downstream, and then end up here in Westbury. But obviously because of the rain, I decided to change my plans, so it's not been a loss today. I've just had to use the car and just sort of park up, film a little bit, move on somewhere else, and so on and so on. But that's the thing with when you're further away from home. I mean, I've said this before, if I was closer to home, I can pick and choose my days, because I can wake up in the morning and see, oh yeah, it's going to be a nice day, I'll go out and film a walk. But obviously, as I'm a lot further away from home and I'm staying in this area for this week, I've got to do this walk or whatever whilst I'm here. I can't pick and choose my days in the same way. So I've just got to adapt if it rains. So it's not been a loss today, it's still been nice, it's just been different to what I'd originally planned. So, but yeah, it's been nice to come to Minsterworth, Strand and Westbury-on-Severn again. It's been a long time since I've been down here. So, say, the local pub's not open sadly, but now that I've finished for the day, I might move on and see if there are any other pubs and have a sneaky half somewhere.